It is currently the 29th, heading into the 30th of August, 2018 in the Western Pacific, and another typhoon. This is Typhoon Jebi, just towards the east of the Mariana Islands out here. Storm quickly intensifying in some rather warm sea surface temperatures. In fact, if we take a look at the microwave imagery, you can see what looks like an eye really trying to develop in that center of circulation. It's not visible quite yet on infrared invisible satellite, but this peers through those upper level clouds and shows you what kind of the bulk of the convection is doing here over the past 24 hours. Here is a look at Typhoon Jebi. Now, this is one thing I do want to note. This is the 21st named storm system on the year here in the Western Pacific, and this has technically not been a terribly active year. Just recently we've been seeing these storms fire up. Pressure down to 975 hectopascals with those winds of 70 gusting up to 100 knots, so barely at that typhoon intensity, but it is expected to intensify up to a very strong typhoon with winds of 100 gusting to 140 knots as it moves towards the west and eventually towards the northwest, passing over the northern Mariana Islands. Now, the good news, where those typhoon warnings are in place, including Aggran, Pagan, and Almagan. I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. Those typhoon warnings are in place on none of these are permanently inhabited islands. Pagan used to be, no longer is, as well as pushing well towards north of Saipan, and bulk of the population does live out here. Model consensus does take it towards the west and eventually towards the northwest, with really it being up to debate as far as how much curvature it will be taking as it heads off there towards mainland Japan in the 5 to 7 day outlook. As we all know, though, long-range forecasting with typhoons does with a lot of variables. So right now, anybody along the Japanese coastline really should be watching out with this storm system. And that even includes those of you over towards Okinawa. Because if this high-pressure ridge just towards the east stays in place long enough and really forces us to move west, we could see it come closer to Okinawa. But if it weakens just a little bit, it very well could turn towards the northeast and maybe even miss all of Japan altogether. And so really anywhere in this area here, I know that is a huge, broad stroke of the brush I'm just putting on here, but it's not saying it's going to hit you. It's just saying that there is the chance, and you should really monitor the storm system as we look ahead over the next several days. But right now, of course, the main topic and where we're watching is this moving towards north of Guam. I see some outer rain bands, but overall dry air kind of filtering in for much of Guam. It's closer to Saipan where you're going to get some breezy conditions, but the worst of it staying over those uninhabited islands just off towards the north. But that is Typhoon Jebi, everyone. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, please post them down in the comment box below. I always appreciate your feedback, and as always, stay safe out there.